She was a young mother and successful businesswoman brutally murdered in her Des Moines office. 13 years later, the killer still hasn't been caught. It's a question detectives have been asking for more than a decade. Who killed Julie Davis and why?
Aaron Brilbeck has the story of another Iowa cold case. It's new tonight at 10.
In the shadow of Des Moines skyline, where business people hustled and bustled every day, 33-year-old Julie Davis was brutally murdered 13 years ago this month. Davis, who lived in Cedar Rapids but drove to Des Moines a couple of times a week, had posted one of her best months ever, selling trade show displays, when her body was found in her office on East 2nd. And the killer of the young mother is still on the loose. Craig Hamilton is the chief of operations at Prairie Meadows, but at the time he was the lead investigator for the Des Moines Police Department.
It looks like the perpetrator of the crime came up behind her, grabbed a hold of her hair, and pulled her head back and cut her throat. At that time, prior to her falling, she was stabbed several times in the chest area.
Longtime investigators will tell you up-close violence like that is generally the sign of a crime of passion, that someone had it out for Davis.
You're correct. There was no robbery. Nothing was taken. Jewelry was not taken from Julie. It was an up-close crime, in your face, so to speak.
So police immediately began questioning people she knew. They started with the man who found her body. Initially, police said it was a passerby, but now Hamilton tells us the man who discovered the body knew Davis.
When we did arrive at the scene, there was an acquaintance of Julie there. This individual was also interviewed, and nothing came of that.
Police also interviewed friends, family, and co-workers, and still no leads.
You know, we did everything we could do. We investigated every lead. We went to Cedar Rapids. We went through her office, contacted people that she had contact with, and it went nowhere. A dead end, brick wall.
Hamilton says with a neck injury like that, there was blood every place, but he says there were no fingerprints on the windows, no footprints on the floor. He says this looks like it might have been done by a pro.
Yeah, very unusual. It seems like it was kind of a professional hit to a certain extent, if you would say. They did their homework.
The question is, why? That's a question that's tugged at Hamilton for the past 13 years.
Yeah, it does. It does. You know, you think about it on a daily basis, basically. You never forget what you've seen, and unfortunately, this young woman had two young boys, and that plays a lot into your feelings.
Aaron Brilbeck, Channel 13 News.
If you have any information about the Julie Davis murder, you can call the Des Moines Police Department. To learn more about other cold cases around the state, log on to iowacoldcases.org.
And we just had a